Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Cardinals at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they fell in the opener, got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Play action. Now it's Murray. Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. In motion comes the tight end left.
60.
Here's Walker to start the drive. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Well, that's one stuff. We'll see if this defense has another in their back pocket.
And I just wonder on the other side of the ball, do you just challenge the big guys up front? This is a short yardage situation. We ought to be able to pick this up. Or do you say to yourself, they are awfully tough. I've got to throw it on this down.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On second down, it's Walker. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get over the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Play fake. Murray. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
On 2nd and a couple, Murray. He's got it complete to Aguilar. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. No score after 1 on EA Sports. First and goal from just inside the 5. Pollard is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rondale Moore, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. No problem there on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's complete to Dissly, the tight end. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Alert! Alert! Rig! 19 tight! 19 tight!
Straight ahead, Walker. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He completes this to Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Myers' kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Pollard again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Now Murray. Zach Ertz has it complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
He finds Aguilar over the middle. And they'll work this down inside the 30. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Murray to air it out again. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Here's Murray. Completes it to Aguilar. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Murray now on 1st down. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Murray again. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. Did march to the end zone the last time out.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Rondale Moore. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
But no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
Lockett, the man in motion. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to try and go deep again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Cards are going to take possession of the football.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing now is Murray. Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. On play action, they'll throw. Throw out wide to Walker. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Well, there's a new man here under center. What do you think they saw to acquire him, Charles?
I think they went back to their old scouting reports because those never go away. And I think that they liked him when he was coming out of school. Didn't have the opportunity to get him. But now with this opportunity, they think they can get him back to his former level.
Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. 3rd quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 65 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. On first down, he'll drop to throw. This one goes underneath to Walker. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. From the gun, it's Walker. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Here's Walker, and they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. That will bring up 4th down and an 11-yard loss to boot. Myers' kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Jordan Brooks on the tackle. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Murray now to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And Walker has it. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Up from there, here's Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
They'll set up to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. He'll drop to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Walker once more, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ken Walker, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. They'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. Here in the 4th quarter, defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at the earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Oh, he sheds himself free. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Now a give here to Pollard. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Uchenna Nwosu. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw. He completes this to Walker. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They find some open field here. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Back to Walker on first down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Walker. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So third down, but you got to think they'd like to get closer, even in a dome with good kicking conditions for a possible field goal. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or two, but it's no good as it stands. And they'll remain down by 2.
Yeah, Brandon, that's a tough distance with the game on the line because you'd like to give your kicker better odds than that. Anything 50-plus, we know it's going to be difficult. And that one proved to be just a little too difficult. And now it appears it's going to cost them the football game.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. They go back to Pollard on second down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks' 14-yard line. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Arizona, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll have another home date next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.